And welcome back to another stunning day here at the nominations, high above the glistening, prolific ocean. Nomcom trucks are in full force today, collecting keldstones and generally keeping the islands floating safe away from those pesky kaiju. We've had some great talks down on It's a Vibe this week, while reports of an impending mega penguin migration have been heard on the Keldvine. Let's head down to Freeze Atoll for our latest Curation stream deep inside the Alka Cave. And please welcome your hosts, Jacob and Ali, for a dreamy journey through the latest goings-on from inside the Dreamiverse.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Curation Extravaganza, part of 4th Annual Impy Awards, which is very, very exciting. Ali, are you feeling excited and hyped?
I can't even express how excited and hyped I am by these Impys. They seem to just grow and get better and better with each year, like both the content themselves and also like, the way that we're trying to showcase things. So it's exciting to be here and to give people a chance to see what's happening.
Yeah, it's really cool that we're currently at the nominations. It's been frantic. We've had loads of really cool roundtables and streams recently here. It's been awesome, and we're honoured to take part and do a little variety show extravaganza for everyone, where we're going to show off a variety of different creations, some from like Impy nominated creators, some hidden gems from the past year, and we're doing that through our curated festival guide, which is currently in Dream Surfing. If everyone wants to go check it out, as you know, when you're watching this, the whole thing will have been unlocked, and through this stream we're going to go through each different area and showcase a little bit of creator magic from each of the a few of the collections. Obviously there's a lot more to check out in games, but we'll get through as much as we can in this hour. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be some high scores, going to be some music, going to be some animation, and probably just a lot of mayhem as well. So should we just kick things off, Ali? You good to go?
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. We're starting off in Reflection Retreat, right?
Yes. So Reflection Retreat is our 2022 Dreamiverse recap. We did this last year. We did a big celebration of Dreams' second birthday, but we thought for its third birthday, why not put it as part of our massive Impys guide and really celebrate the best of the last year. So you can see here in this page, you've got a bunch of playlists celebrating the best of different genres that we had across all different types of games and creations in the last year. There's tons to check out there. But where we're going to focus on for our stream today, our little show, is these two banners, these two collections. Our first one is Memorable Moments. This kind of celebrates different creations that either went viral or made a bit of a mark on the Dreamiverse in some way over the last year. Any of these moments stick out to you as like big favorite?
Yeah, I mean, I'm like a massive fan of the one that we're about to go into. That definitely sticks out to me as a moment of the year. But of course, the bathrooms and Visium's bendy paint are both like things that I feel I have to shout out as well. We all love a bit of the bendy paint and the bendy man up there.
The bendy man is a Dreamiverse legend, a mascot, an unofficial mascot. I think for me, Playzone always makes me laugh. That was an amazing one from Picklewickle, who's Impy nominated Breakthrough Dreamer. Obviously, the Community Flamingo Party was a personal favourite on the banner there, but this was really an awesome communal effort from everyone for a maze last year. That was amazing. Accidental pun there, but sorry. But the one we're going to check out today, as you teased, is little demo of Ruby Wanamakura's what we like to call the storage shelf game. The reason we want to show this one off is because we didn't really show it off on Community Creations. It's one of those real hidden gems that we put it in Memorable Moments because I believe it was Sebastian from Team Big Detective who initially made people aware of this, at least on social media. This is what I recall. saying like, "Oh, I found this really weird storage shelf game in the Dreamiverse," and that's it's kind of the magic of Dreams summed up. So and it went a bit viral. People started talking about it. We didn't know about it until that got shared, and it really is a hidden gem. Like you can see here, you can playing as this little storage shelf, little sentient storage shelf in a warehouse, and you can fight other crates and boxes and all sorts. It's incredibly bizarre, but it's so lovable as well because there's really just nothing like this, in or outside of Dreams. My favorite part here, as we'll see, is you can press L2 and multiply your storage shelf capacity by 3 and become a massive, wide storage shelf, and you can still attack and do all your little combos and twists and turns, and it's almost a bit of a Metroidvania because you're going around these like corridors and unlocking items and stuff, and you're going, there's a bit of, obviously there's a lot of exploration and a bit of backtracking and like finding items here. You've got this amazing UI as well. I don't know if you want to like talk about that, Ali, as well, just like the amazing like the polish and the presentation, even though obviously it's in Japanese, and I'm not going to pretend like I'm a native Japanese speaker, but I do love like just the pure like the style and the identity of this game.
Yeah, it's incredibly well put together, and at the time that this came out, Rube Wanemikura hadn't necessarily released a lot of things in the Dreamiverse, so this really did take us by surprise. And I remember like Chloe from QA like going all over the internet, like trying to translate all the text and stuff, which was really helpful and really useful. Yeah, it's such an incredible little game. That I know some people might have accessibility issues with just due to the language, but it's worth playing and figuring out and experimenting with along the way.
Totally. I think that's what draws me to this one. It's just like it's a really nice representation of the global Dreams community. That there's tons of creators from around the world making their own unique imaginative worlds. And this is again really something that I think only could be done in Dreams. A game where you play as a storage shelf. You can see here we've got this little gate here. We need to get 3 items to get through. I'm not sure if unfortunately we're going to get through that on this stream, but then it's a bit of mystery for you to go and discover it yourself. This is again in our memorable moments collection, and I think it's safe to say this was a fairly memorable moment in the Dreamiverse because again, who could ever forget a game where you get to multiply yourself as a storage shelf and attack some, I think, paper clips and hammers and pipes. It is truly one of a kind.
A shelf's natural enemies, of course.
So yeah, that again, a truly memorable moment in the Dreamiverse. Just wants to show it off as a little quick representative of the collection here. But if you are interested, we've got a ton of awesome, similarly wacky, weird, memorable dreams, and a bunch of Dreams as well. A little nice summary of what we got up to over the last year as well. For our next little stop on our Whistle Stop tour, we're going into our Remix It Up 2023 collection. Now, Ali, I don't know if you wanted to chat a bit about this, because
sure.
Community Kits is close to your heart, but this is a real celebration, a new edition, I guess, of our kits collections.
Yeah, so in the past year, we launched like our Community Kits page in Dream Shaping, which contains over 100 different amazing community kits at this point. But one of the highlights and one of the ones that definitely took the Dreamiverse by storm was Wibble Wobble from Entropy Tamed. So we've got this collection here of all of the best Wibble Wobble remixes so far, as well as the template yourself to make your own. And I think we're just going to load up a remix made by Kaduku, who is, of course, from Dream Stats and Dream Stats tournaments. This is Basketball Wobble, and it sort of removes the obstacle course element of a Wibble Wobble and instead just asks you to try and get as many hoops as you can. Are they still hoops when it's a bowl? I guess it's bowls, right? But we're shooting hoops, we're shooting balls.
But it's not even, because it's not even the only basketball themed Wibble Wobble remix in the Dreamiverse. It's one of those natural ideas. But yes, let's kick it off with a bit of Basketball Wobble. We're just gonna have a little go and again see how much we can score. I have done a bit of practice, but I can't guarantee I'm going to be any good because Wibble Wobble is naturally I know.
I didn't know you've been practicing,
I was nervous. I will confess, it's been a long time since I played a Wibble Wobble remix. Like, I think Wibble Wobble was, I want to say early summer, spring of last year, and I remember it was a complete fever when it first took off, and then, there's been so much going on in the Dreamiverse, it's been a while since I've had my Wibble Wobble practicing, so I had to get my plate tilting skills back up to, or bowl tilting skills rather, back up to par.
And of course, everyone watching along can play along and try to get a high score here as well. This is the sort of little high score game that you can just continually improving at, though. The more you get used to it, the better you do. As with anything, I suppose, but it's just so well done.
What I love about
Wobble's
this
the
one in
gift that keeps
particular,
giving.
yeah. I love how this one. I mean, a lot of Wibble Wobble remixes, and I love these as well. But they are naturally very difficult obstacle courses, a lot of them. And if you're still getting to grips with the controls, like the main game is like this as well, then it can be, it can be quite daunting. What I love about this one is the Kaduku's put together basically this timed mini game, so you only have a minute and a half. It's very, very, straightforward and minimalist in its approach, but it means it's actually a really good training course almost for getting better throws and and getting to grips with the bowl, and it can really help you out in actual other courses as well.
Yeah, Wibble Wobble Trainer. There's a new niche genre that we never thought we'd see exist, right? It's cool.
There we go. So I got 10 double digits, not bad. I'm tempted to give it one more run. Do you want to give it one more run?
Yeah, I'll give it one more run because I scored less than 10. So let's go again.
Go again, minute and a half. Everyone get your basketball wobbles prepped and ready. What I love about this one as well is they've even got a system where if you do get that instant middle shot, you do get a points bonus. So there is even a little bit of depth and mastery to be had if you do improve your accuracy.
That would explain some of the ridiculously high scores that I see on the scoreboard. Yeah.
Oh, and we will obviously naturally be checking out the scoreboard once we finish up here, because that's a high score essential ritual. You can get a nice bit of confetti as well. Kaduku is, as we know, a master of the presentation details.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, their HUDs are always amazing. I'm just thinking of Press X, for example, which is just like an X clicker game, but it really goes above and beyond in ways that it doesn't necessarily have to with its UI and its presentation. Yeah, Kaduku's great.
Even just the UI here is so clean. Well, that was an unfortunate push by me there, but it's all good. We're making it up for the score. It's actually going quite well so far.
I'm doing better than my previous one, but I've still got less than 10. 20 seconds to go, though.
Yeah, there's always time. You never know. Basketball can change at a moment's notice. I love as well how the dish does move, not just round the dish, but it does the depth changes as well, which I didn't even know. I remember the first few times I played this, I didn't actually really notice. I was like, why they're not going in? It's because it's further away. But it's a good way, again, as you said, of a Wibble Wobble trader of forcing you to learn different, how aggressive to be, how aggressive to play. Did just wrap up. I don't know if you've just wrapped up.
I've also just wrapped up. I'm
nice.
Disgusted by your score.
There we go, 25.
Well done.
There we go. Shooting some hoops. It's a fun Impys activity. Just take it. If you're getting a bit warm in your cosplay costume, or you been sweating on the weightlifting activities and stuff, just throw some hoops. Very chill. Let's check out the scoreboard, of course. So we have Synergy at the top there with 45, a classic, an amazing score. The gap is huge, but then
what an absolute legend.
Yeah. I mean, much love to Synergy, and then 28 there, and then third place is Curation with 25. I don't want to brag, but Kaduku, I have just beaten you by 1 point. So the challenge, the gauntlet has been set. The gauntlet's been laid down. We've now created, I think, our own kind of memorable moment as well, so that's nice. So that is just a taste of, again, a reflection retreat. But you know what? We've got a lot of stuff to get through. We've got a lot of places to visit on the nominations. So let's hop into the next. Area. And now we're hopping into Art Avenue. Now, this is our little celebration of all the best animation, artwork, sculptures, the lot in the Dreamiverse over the past year. Obviously, that is a massive, massive area to try and condense into a page. But we've done our best. There's been so much cool stuff. As you can see here, how we had our genre playlists in Reflection Retreat. Here we've got playlists for all our art-based Impy nominations and a few best-ofs for sculptures, landscapes, and even some spooky showcases, because we know how much people creepy backrooms art, or just spooky subway tunnels or witches. There's a lot of love for the horror art out there, but also some incredible landscapes, incredible sculpts too to check out. Any favorite pieces of art, or any notes on the art alley? It's been such a great year, I think, for sculptors especially, and fun asset challenges, and just amazing scenes coming out.
Yeah, it's just great that we are able to showcase so many things here that aren't just the Impy nominees, but just highlights of the year from everyone. I'm a big fan of the Goblin Club from Taib Shila on our Spooky Showcases playlist. It's that's just really sort of fun, cute, yet also creepy one. And of course, there's Tio, who's a very good boy, the goodest of boys, in fact, from Super Catchy Name down at the bottom on our Stunning Sculpts playlist. Don't we all love a good boy, right? Yeah,
I
he's the
remember
goodest of boys.
I just remember that Tio just set the studio alight whenever we first saw him. The goodest of boys, truly. Super Catchy Name just truly outdid themselves with that one. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the Spooky Showcase I do have a lot of love for. I was just reflecting here on The Man Made of Goo by Krypton's Ghost, a man I don't want to say I love, but I have a lot of respect for. But I do hope that someone's going to clean up that mess, because it's quite unfortunate. But I hope I don't ever see The Man Made of Goo. But I like to see him in the Dreamiverse, where he's a safe distance away from me.
Man of Goo Adventures. Let's see how many different places we can spot him.
Let's make it happen. So as with Reflection Retreat, we're going to focus our attention here on our two little collections. So we're going to start off in Play and Paint. This is a little collection about visualizers and drawing tools you can play in the Dreamiverse. Tons of different styles. Like we've got Elka's, I'm going to have to translate this now, Poof, I guess, which is, the planet builder. Apollonius is a little builder as well, where you can create a procedure-generated buildings. Apollonius in general, fantastic procedural generation experiments if you've never checked them out. But we're going to be focusing our attention on Impy-nominated Breakthrough Dreamer and Curation star Oru223's sprightly pixel art editor today, which is an absolutely incredible, detailed pixel art drawing tool, and we're going to do it today. We thought it'd be fun to do a little just a bit of Impy drawing. Thought we could draw an Impy, just show you off the tools. I'm no Embergs, so I'm not going to pretend like this is going to be amazing, but it thought it'd be a fun way of just showing off some cool drawing tools, which I feel like is a pretty big scene in the Dreamiverse, but doesn't always get necessarily a lot of chatter, because again, it's not something that we always show off on stream per se, but it definitely has. It's cool to see people like make new ways of creating even outside of the Dreams tools themselves.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like, I know that this creation here has been very popular. Lots of people are really excited by the opportunity to make their own pixel art within Dreams, and we've already seen some amazing remixes with it. But I'm really looking forward to seeing the Impy that you create here, Jacob. I think
I must say, I love this bucket fill that they've got. Seeing the pixels fill in gradually, it's like
so satisfying.
Piece of artwork. Like I could do that all day. It's absolutely incredible. Gosh, now I've got to try and let's see. We've got the base there. We've got a pretty good base. I think this is going to be white. I hope it's white. And actually, Ali, this would be a really awesome chance for you to talk about your own, because you did a pixel art challenge using this editor a little while ago, and it was really cool to see what else people can do with this tool.
Yeah, it was mainly just a way to sort of try and get the word out about this pixel creator a bit more. I felt like it was deserving of a bit more attention. But there is a collection in Dream Shaping and on Oro223's profile where we are challenging the community to come up with as many cool sort of pixel creations as they can. We just want to see them happen, right? Love to see them.
Absolutely. It's such a again, a unique tool, and it's a really fun way of doing a challenge. I'm only going back with this because I've realised I put the molecule dots in the wrong place. So I apologise for my sins, but I will rectify that immediately.
And mine was going.
That will be like,
so
raging. I mean, I don't know if it could be going worse than this, but we're giving it a good go.
I think the one I done in practice was definitely better than this one, but hey, it's fine. We'll get there.
That's the mood. I must say, like, this is the part of the appeal though to me, is that like it's such a nicely put together tool that even like non-artists can have a go. And that's like that's the main thing, is that we're not pretending to be artists or necessarily brilliant at sculpting or anything, but like pixel art. We've seen a lot of brilliant pixel art games in Dreams. Obviously, you just have to take one look at someone like Paolo Ramirez, for instance. And they're amazing pixel art games. Also, we just recently had the Radical Retro Jam where we got to see a bunch of cool stuff. That alignment is all off, so I'm gonna have to change that. But let's keep chatting about
just go with it. Just go with it.
But no, just really awesome, like just really, really awesome pixel artwork. And I like how this tool does make it more genuinely accessible for people to make their own artwork.
Mm-hmm.
I think those dots are good, but what I want to do is I think I should let's do the diagonal first, and then figure it out from there.
I'm not using like any sort of like source image. I'm just going by memory here. And
bold strategy. It's a bold strategy.
People are not going to be happy with my symbol, I think. Similar to yours, it's like I don't know.
The one in practice genuinely was better. Like it was so much better, but it's all good because in a way, I think the hapless art drawing here will be endearing to a lot of people, so that's good.
Yeah. Plus, it's unique, right? It's unique.
Absolutely. That's one word for it. You know what? I think we're getting to a place where I'm happy with that. Like it doesn't reflect the actual Impy at all, the base, but we'll go with it. It's at least 3 dots with some lines.
I believe you're still just on your base. I'm finished, but it's not very good. But
I'm trying. Yeah. I'm trying too much to. That source image is a blessing and a curse, I think, in this case. Let's just get a bit of. There we go, and then I think bucket filling this is going to be a mistake. So let's see if we can just it's a good opportunity to show the scaling, which you can do bigger strokes, like big pluses. Really, really nice touch.
I like the rectangle tool as well. Obviously that's great for planning out things to then use the bucket on and whatnot. Pixel art in Dreams is so cool. Obviously, in this past year, we had the Square Fleck update, which really helps people out with that as well. And it always blows people's minds to see pixel art within Dreams. So the more people who know about this and who can use it to make their own things, then the better, right? It's cool. And it even has this bake button down at the bottom so that you can turn your creation into an actual element to use in whatever.
That's a good shot. Yeah, this is a really good time to reflect on that, how amazing stuff we've seen with the bake to paint and how it's really cool to see them actually or put bake to paint in this tool and actually let you take your pixel art outside and use it in your own other pieces. This can be just a fun drawing tool, but it can actually also be a nice little creative appliance as well. I think we're finally I'm just going to draw a couple of eyes there. Not like that. There we go. A nice smiley face. Right.
Yeah, your Impy
absolutely
is so
terrible.
happy.
But there we go. I'm not going to get an Impy for that. But then there is the Impy. There is one version of an Impy you can make in 5 minutes. I hope that was 5 minutes on a pixel art editor in Dreams, and that is just one of many. Ori obviously put. Actually, I'm gonna have to take a little picture of that as well. Let's get the photo mode out. There we go. Great photo. Wonderful stuff. That is just one example of the drawing tools that you could use. That's just one of all of these. We've got some there's again planet builders, building builders, music makers, paint by numbers. There's just tons to get involved with there. So moving on to our other collection, one which thankfully I will not have to embarrass my artistic skills live showing off, is the Nominations Film Festival. This was a lot of fun put together. It's a highly curated film festival of short films and animations made in the last year in the Dreamiverse. We've got 4 strands here. We've got our kind of comedy strand, we've got an action strand, we've got one that's a bit more like fantasy and sci-fi, and then a horror spooky one. So there's, whatever your taste is, whatever genres you like, there's something to sit back and get the popcorn and your favorite beverage. We do like chatting about food and drink on stream, so you can have whatever you want and get comfy and enjoy a good short film made by the Dreamers. You got any favorites here? You got any highlights, personal highlights?
I don't think we could go through this section without shouting out the amazing community event that is Dreamflix, of course. It's community filmmaking at its finest. Massive collaboration project helmed by Keld Biones. It's like, they come up with a theme and they come up with some assets, and then people have to just put together short films using that theme and those assets. We've got all of season 2 here, and you could watch that for hours just in and of itself.
Absolutely, it's its own anthology, and the amount of effort and work that the community in Keld puts into that event that continues to blow our minds. I'd like to give a little shout out to City Crimmins, Bullhorn from the GKB channel. I thought this was an absolutely awesome kind of crime action short film, done very cool cell shaded comic book stylings, really unique, and it was one of those kind of out of nowhere dreams. I feel like when it came along that we didn't expect to see. It was really great to see them come into the Dreamiverse with this amazing world, fleshed out world of characters and mystery and intrigue, and again, such personality in the animation. Like that was a real personal highlight. But the one that we're going to show off today, our little short film, is Above All Expectations by Bosk. This creator is known for their, let's say, quite dark, witty sense of humor, some unexpected twists and turns. They are a fantastic comic filmmaker. This one is a very short little comedy film, and I think you're going to be fairly surprised if you haven't seen it before. And if this is not your first time watching it, then definitely enjoy the trip down memory lane as we fly above the clouds into and go above all expectations. So let's kick it off.
This thing. And besides, you have been sitting here for over 40 minutes. Sir, my daughter has been waiting here since 5 o'clock.
Quite the twists and turns.
Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it? It still gets me even now, like almost a full year later on. Just that transition from it's amazing.
So that concludes our little trip down on Avenue, but the journey through the Impys continues. Let's check out the next area. And now we hop from woefully drawing Impys to maybe woefully playing a high score game. It's time for Play Pavilion, which is our gameplay focused page. Here we've got a few playlists, focused on like gameplay stuff in Impy nominations. Obviously, excellent gameplay, most original gameplay, but also narrative VR as well. Some absolutely stunning highlights in the categories this year, I must say. People always keep innovating with gameplay mechanics, but I think like this year again, like people just keep surprising us with. We've obviously seen like the story, Ruby One of Makura's Storage Shelf game, which has some pretty innovative gameplay, but that's like the sky's the limit, really. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Any cool, any fun like gameplay, even for the Impy nominations, or even beyond that? Like,
I think it's important to shout out our little only one button collection at the top here, because Storage Shelf is, that's one type of game, but also, lots of simple games that you can play with one button exist as well. I think it's important that the Dreamiverse has that level of accessibility, and there are a lot of really great games here that you can play with literally just one button. It still blows my mind that you can do so much fun stuff with just one button, but there we go.
Yeah, I'd love to shout out my favorite Croissant Clown, a real yearly highlight, and a beautiful one button game. I got to say, like, that seeing that clown animation never gets old. And totally, obviously, this is just covering our favorite one button games from the last year for our Impys page. But naturally, we have got awesome accessibility on the front page of Dream Surfing as well. So if there's a bunch of accessibility focused playlists there to check out. Dreams really is for everyone, and there's a ton of different types of creations that from all the way from the complexities and intricacies of Storage Shelf game to something as simple as Project Pigeon, for instance. But we're going to be focusing our attention today on the Curation Team Challenge, which is maybe one of the most directly threatening playlist we've ever made. And it's like, you think you can beat us? Take on our times. We love a good high score challenge here at Media Molecule, and we thought this would be a really fun playlist to put into Play Pavilion, to take some of our favorite 10 of our favorite high score games from the last year, set our times on Curation, and task you, the players, to go, and the community, to try and beat them. We've got a variety of genres here, from all the way from the races of Jankbot 2022, which are a ton of fun once you get your mind around the Jankbot, which is no easy feat, all the way to I want to say modern classic Time After Time, maybe just from my biased perspective, but I feel like that is a high school game that really set both social media and the Dreams community alight recently. Yeah, we do love a good high score challenge, don't we, Anna? So I think it's going to be exciting to jump into this new one, which you might notice is an 11th creation, which we've kept hidden until this curation stream, because we thought it'd be fun to do one of these live and then add it as a little update. So we're taking another, I want to say modern classic, Avengers Obstacle Challenge, which was recently featured in a weekly roundup. But again, we didn't feature it on Community Creations, but it is a real hidden gem. We really have a lot of love for it. I think the reason, obviously, we thought this would make for a fun Impy stream one, because it is the classic, it's a full-on, obby, as they like to say. It's a real intricate obstacle course of tons of hazards, and it's going to be quite the feat. Are you ready to take this on, Ali?
I'm ready. It's very devious of you to pick this, because this is going to be a fun one. Let's go. Let's see how long it takes us.
Let's go. So I'm on Game of Curation. Obviously, Ali's playing on his account, but the time, I know there's no pressure on my end, but I think the Curation is the one that'll be on the collection. So there is a bit of pressure, but I want to say I love how colourful. I just remember it now, like how colourful this obstacle course is. Like, I know it's devious, but at least they make it look, absolutely beautiful. Do you appreciate that?
I've just fallen off for the first time, so there we go. It didn't start well.
No obstacles is completely. That's some good swinging pendulum marbles as well. It's just a classic.
Well, like you were saying, it's so colourful that sometimes you just want to enjoy the scenery, but then the next thing you know, the scenery is attacking you. So
the scenery is not your friend. Gosh. I have done a run through of this once on my personal account, but I'm now regretting not doing a more recent practice, because I genuinely have forgotten now some of the obstacles that await me, and I'm a bit nervous because I know it's hardly like a brisk run through. It's quite the epic course. If you like obstacle courses, I want to say if you're a fan of games like Circle Man and stuff, where it's oh, that was pitiful, I don't know why I jumped there. But if you're a fan of games like Circle Man and even like Wibble Wobble, as we were showing earlier, I think this is a really good entry in that genre.
On our genre pages, we have a whole category of speedruns, and they're not necessarily all obstacle courses, but a lot of them are, and they do all scratch that same sort of itch where you're trying to get from A to B as fast as you can, and everyone's competing.
Oh, sorry. I'm obviously I'm listening, but also these arc jumps are just so cruel. My timing is awful. Okay, but that checkpoint was very, very generous. But yeah, great to shout out the playlist, because I think this is a time of a game that we do love at the studio as well, especially on the the community team. I think we do love a good challenge, and it's always really fun to see more the crazy obstacles that people come up with. I like how this one is very practical, but at the same time, imagining an architect designing this course is near impossible. It doesn't necessarily everything has. I like how everything's got the pillars and stuff, so it is all grounded in some sort of logic. But at the same time, the budget on this course would be bonkers.
Yeah. I'm scared to look at your screen in case you're way ahead of me. But
yeah, the spinning
devious.
turntables aren't too bad. This bit is devious, and this, gosh, right. Again, I'm trying to get my bearings because some of the, I have a terrible sense of direction. I don't know about you, but oh my gosh, that was again pitiful.
No, it's okay. I'm at
I have a terrible sense of direction, but and this course especially has a couple of moments where it's pretty devious in terms of where you need to go. You need to sometimes hop back on obstacles you've already been on, but through. I don't want to spoil anything, but you need to take a different approach to them to progress.
Yeah. I just remember coming to work one day and Jen saying to us, guys, I can't get past the balls on the ramp, and that's just one of my favorite mornings ever. I don't
remember them being this hard. Maybe I just erased that memory though, because it was so horrible. The balls on the ramp. I mean, So yeah, as we said, Jen did feature this in her weekly roundup, and it was quite delightful seeing some, and quite assuring, seeing someone else from the studio play this and also suffer. The problem is that the balls on the ramp are not even like, I don't know, maybe they are the worst part, but it's it's not like once you've got past the balls on the ramp, you're home dry, Like there's more evil. Oh dearie me, there's more evil stuff to come. Oh my gosh,
I just felt
really, I hope we're drawing in a crowd on the nominations in a minute for this stream, because this better be worth the pain. I actually feel like, this would be, maybe we'll talk to the event organizers, because I feel like this obstacle course would be actually pretty cool to have on the nominations. I mean, the only problem is that you might miss the show because you're actually stuck on them, You get you're late to the Impys, because the Impy Awards, because you're stuck on the balls on the ramp in real life.
Balls on ramps really are a staple, aren't they, of like obstacle courses in general, though? So it's good that they're here.
Yeah. Okay, we have got past them though, which is good. We're on the seesaw. I'm trying to, give my own obstacle course memories. I thankfully have stayed away from a lot of. I remember we talked on a recent stream about zip lines.
Yes, yes. Tom does not like zip lines.
I've been on a zip line. I have done a couple, as you say, like of those like soft play kind of courses where they're like inflatable ones, but I'm not doing anything as bonkers as this, I'm not going to lie, nor would I necessarily want to.
I mean, I suppose it's all okay though. You're landing in the ocean, right? So
yeah,
even if you
that's
fall,
true.
It's fine. It's a fun dive, a fun fall.
Life doesn't necessarily have the convenient checkpoints though that the game does. That's the thing.
That's true. That's true.
If you were on this in real life, you'd have to swim all the way back up, and who knows how cold the water is as well. It could be very chilly.
And there must be quite a queue as well, right? One player at a time, and everyone else queue in an orderly fashion until that person's finished.
That's why people are missing the Impys. That's why people will be missing the show, because they'd be in the queue. I want to say, that this is going decently, and I do vaguely remember what my previous time on this was on my personal account, but I don't remember actually how far in I am.
Okay. Yeah, I'm lost. Like it was all going so well, right? But I think I figured it out actually. I don't know.
See, this is the thing as well. I think I've done the same thing that you've done, where I've gotten lost.
Yeah, I think we are in the same section. This is like neck to neck here.
Right, hold on a second. Getting my bearings. No, okay, I think I do know where I'm going. I think I just missed it. I couldn't see it. You can't really see it when you're inside this tunnel. You need to like plan your exit. There we go. Yeah. Got it.
Okay.
There we go. Because I always get confused, because again, I don't want to spoil anything, but that tunnel is, it's not the first time you tackle that tunnel technically. But again, what was I doing? And you've got to start all over from this checkpoint. That's brutal.
I know. Yeah.
This could be an epic 20-minute run. I do think this is like in the second half, I want to say, but it's just right. I need to focus. I need to focus.
Oh yeah, we are neck and neck here, Jacob. This is tense. Like we're both failing at the same part and both spawning at the same part, and yeah, let's go.
All right, my timing is completely. I think because I'm getting like fully anxious about like getting past that that next bit. The fact that I fell off there and then you respawn all the way back is now making me like mega like rush through everything. I want to get back to that ledge. No, I know the fear of like if I die again, I've got to do all that again. It's definitely possible. I got this. Right.
It's definitely possible. We've both done it before, but that wasn't in quite high pressure circumstances, was it?
Yeah.
Oh
no, Jacob, what are you doing? Run. Right, I think I'm gonna have to do like a full pelt. Apparently full pelt fall into the ocean. But the problem is that you've got to time that so impeccably. No more messing around. Jen was going about the balls of the ramp. We're going on about this seesaw.
Put on your serious face, Jacob. You can do it. Yeah.
Oh, it's the timing of the swinging ball. If it was just the ramp, like it wouldn't be easy, but it would be much easier. Like I could probably cope.
Yeah, it's the combination of the balls and the ramp. And once you get on the ramp, you just need to keep moving, right? You can't stop.
Yeah.
So it's just all about timing. I'll be honest, when we picked this for this stream, I was worried this might happen. Like, we just spent like
I knew I'd done this in 8 minutes before, and I was like, I can do it in 8 minutes again, surely. Alas, I think I've forgotten how devious this can be, but it's fine because the beauty is we can. Well, we'll see. We can obviously we could chat. And we could also maybe cut some bits out, but. No, this is the bane of my. This one tunnel is the bane of my existence. Right, we're just gonna we're gonna do a straight run. There we go, boom.
Tip for the ramp is to just keep jumping, so that you're never not putting weight on it. Like, even if you're standing in one spot, just jump on the spot. But yeah,
after all that suffering, all it was, I just had to run in a straight line and not be so uncommittal with it.
Okay.
Now we're serious. Playtime is over.
Oh my god, you're right, Jacob. I also just ran in a straight line and without thinking about it.
After all that road.
After all that.
That's why I did it. I think it is the stream pressure. Like, if I was just playing that, I'd be like, oh, just run, just do it. Now, having said that, I'm having a bit of struggle with this because the top. Oh, my goodness.
You're back to the tunnel.
I think I've definitely got past the checkpoint of like, okay, we're well past that checkpoint now, which is fantastic. Never want to see that checkpoint again. I'm also very conscious that we're meant to be setting a time for the collection, and we're probably going to set an embarrassing time. But it's fine because this is a challenging dream, and I think even if we set a really bad score, people are still going to struggle to like. Oh, dearie me! The exit was right there as well.
Plus, we have to. We've got to keep it realistic, right? We've got to give people a chance of beating our scores. So,
we're keeping it very real. Keeping it very humble by setting this. Very average to bad score, but I do genuinely really love Obstacle Challenge. It's a lot of fun. Oh god, okay, I actually genuinely might be at the end. Please, this is it. Yes.
Oh no, Jacob, did you do it? Oh no,
I have just done it. I don't want to spoil your run though, but it is worse than my past score. Much worse.
I have also just finished it. Here we go.
Okay, let's see. Keep refreshing.
Oh,
wait like 5 seconds. That was well done. Whoa. Let's see. Okay. You know what though? It was quite good that in the end we were both, at least, even though we both suffered, we both got quite close.
Yeah, I mean, there's only 17 seconds in it. It's not bad. Yeah.
See, I did do it in 850. I have done, but this is the Curation team challenge, not the personal. Do it in my own time challenge. So 10 minutes 28 is the official time to beat. We're 20th, so it's not, it's not bottom. You have got people who've done it in 4 minutes, 15, 4 minutes 38. They are wizards. I don't know how they're doing it.
And at the other end of the spectrum, there are people who've taken over an hour. So we're not that bad.
You could get on the film festival, pop that on, watch all the films whilst playing Obstacle Challenge, and you never know, you might still have obstacles left to conquer. Well, we hope you're still with us after that incredible Obstacle Challenge. We got through mostly unscathed, but now time to finally gracefully move on to another area of the Impys curated festival guide. Let's take a look.
Let's go.
And here we are now in Headphones Hangout. This is, as the name implies, it's a lovely place to chill, vibe, hang out, take it easy. Hanging out with our favorite, musical maestros of the Dreamiverse. This is our music-focused page. Obviously, again, we've got a ton of playlists focusing on the Impy nominees, like music track of the year, audio design, voice acting. We've got focusing on some of our favorite music videos of the year, and then another place which we will definitely get to also in the stream a little bit later on. But Ali, obviously, what a year for music in the Dreamiverse. Any particular favorites or highlights you want to shout out?
Oh, look, I'm still consistently blown away by Goth Egg. But of course, massive shout out to the Royal Vault #2. I believe that came out this year, and we all loved the first one. The second one just expands on it more and more. An amazing job there from Roy McCannell and Prince Tara. The music scene in Dreams does just keep going from strength to strength with each passing year. And yeah, I really hope people enjoy these little highlights that we've put here for them.
Yeah, I mean, one collection that we can definitely shout out now is Track Records, and this is our favorite albums specifically of the year and EPs, of which people make amazing tunes and music videos and dreams, but it's it's important to remember that there are people putting together incredible radio worthy full albums. Almost sometimes every day, every week we see them come up in the Dreamiverse. These are just a few of our favorites, and there's some truly brilliant ones here. We've got all the way from Ditator's Six Face, which I thought was just a brilliant variety of different kind of tracks, really, and all the way to Deity's Birth of Love, which is such a beautiful personal album as well, like half album, half almost poetic statement. It was just beautiful. And there's just a ton of different genres represented here, a ton of different artists, and these are really great. You could, in terms of a long list, and some of these you could just put on, chill out for literally half an hour. Sometimes I think even an hour on a few of these. There's so much variety to behold.
Yeah, well, like you just said, such a variety to behold. There's all sorts of music here and lots of it. I think a massive shout out to It's Warm in here from Catastrophe YT on the top left there. I mean, they've released probably about 4 or 5 different albums over the past year in Dreams, right? They're really prolific.
And still going.
Mm-hmm. And they're all incredible. And of course, All Chemical Dream by MC Alchemist is another instant classic as well. I mean, really, they're all amazing. We could talk about them all. So
absolutely. Yeah. I mean, if we could do a whole Impy stream just on albums or music, we honestly could. But alas, we have got a few minutes though to chat about some music stuff. We're going to start with Rhythm Rockers, which is our personal selection of awesome rhythm games and tools and toys to check out from the last year in the Dreamiverse. Plenty of highlights. Rhythm obviously is a personal favorite of mine, and we obviously did show this game off, particularly on Community Creations when it came out, but I always wanted to revisit it, especially because it's got multiple different songs in it, all of them beautifully designed, and it really was one of my personal favorite dreams of the year. I think we should head into Musicalum by Computer Cat and Nico 555. An absolutely incredible rhythm game with such a diversity of tracks and gameplay. I think this one is really, really special.
It is really special. And Jacob, you're a bit of a fiend at it, aren't you? I've seen the scoreboards and I know how good you are at rhythm games. So this is going to be interesting.
Yes. Ignore the S. This is the curation. I'm on curation right now, so I'm going to set some curation times. But yes, on my personal account, I played this game maybe too much, but that just speaks to its quality. As a rhythm game fan, I do think this stands up. Games even outside of Dreams, like rhythm games. It really is fantastic. I was thinking of checking out Journey. Thought this track was a really fun one. We have got a score on Divinity on our Curation Team Challenge playlist, but we thought let's do this one because I think this one's got a really cool flavor to it. It's got a really nice chart mapping as well. I'm going to be playing on hard because I feel like I have an obligation now after my love for Musicalum to show off, but obviously I'm on stream, so it could be really dreadful. We'll go with the flow, we got to again stay humble and be honest. You down for this, Ali?
Yeah, I'm down for it. I'm also going to play on hard, just to see how I do in comparison. But I know it's not going to win. so
you never know. We're on stream. Anything could happen. Let's jump in. And this song is amazing as well. It's a real tune. It has occurred to me as well. My commentary, is going to be going to be absolutely pitiful. So, I mean, I don't want to, sabotage your run, but obviously, do feel free.
Maybe I should just sit and observe you. Actually, observe a master at work. A master of Musicalum.
Well, that's again, like with Wobble, I played a lot of it when it came out, and I still do play a fair bit of it, but it's been a while, so I had to practice a couple of times, in the last couple of days, because I was I can't embarrass myself. And it had been a while, and I definitely am not as good as I used to be. But I think I've still got a little bit of flow. Just depends when you got to really. It's all about it partially is the rhythm, but also it partly is just knowing the charts and the patterns. And when you know the patterns and the timings, you can kind of. You can do it.
Once you're familiar with the control scheme as well, you really just get into the rhythm. It's one of those games that you can sort of zen out to. And of course, massive shout out to Computer Cat and Nico for their music curation in this. They've done a great job selecting the tracks throughout the Dreamiverse to use. And the background
here, sharing out the kits as well, right? Because there's an amazing kit for this actually that we.
Oh, of course, yes.
We did chat about when the game came out, but there's always time to chat about it again because it really is a fantastic little kit, and you really can make levels of this quality, right?
Yep. I mean, we've already had some people use it to make their own. I remember Zachary Gamer 12 made one called Beatmania, which is quite cool. using this template. And of course, with Nico and Computer Cat, you know that their collection is put together wonderfully, and the template has all the instructions to make the process as easy as it possibly can be. And it is quite simple to make them as well. Like, that's a massive shout out and compliment to the template, that you can just stamp in a song, come up with your own sort of beat patterns and your own background, and then away you go.
Yeah, and it's in the tradition of rhythm games as well. I think the rhythm genre, obviously, what makes it such a mainstay of high school games, again, in and outside of Dreams, is that ability to just take any song and make it fun. People that gather the community around and make a cool chart out of a song that you really like.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely rhythm games of the modding scene in the rhythm genre is huge, and I feel like the fact that they put together such a brilliant kit, it encourages that the attitude of modding and taking those tracks and making your own charts. It brings that into the Dreamiverse properly and it gives you all the framework you need, and it's such a nice framework.
Mm-hmm. Well done, by the way, Jacob.
I think that was actually
so.
I'm not gonna lie, I sort of zoned out and started talking about it. I didn't realize how far in the song we were, but there we go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? 65k. I think that is my. Actually, I don't know. I don't think it's my high score forever on all accounts. But let's have a look. Let's go to the scoreboards on Curation. But that's pretty good. I'll take a B, especially because we were chatting as well.
No, yeah, you've definitely done well.
There we go. So you know what? I've only been I'm not number one, but it's 3 and 4 are both me. So I think I've only been beaten by the masters themselves, Nico 555 and Computer Cat. Which, if I'm going to be beaten by anyone in Musicalum, I will tip my proverbial cap to the Musicalum maestros themselves.
That's a crazy score from Nico, right? That's got to be a perfect almost.
It is, must be perfect on every note. That's the thing. I do know how you do it, but also I don't. I don't, especially on that chart. None of the hard difficulty charts are obviously easy. They are all hard, but that one in particular has got some pretty gnarly moments. But obviously, as we said, we have set a score on Divinity, which I believe I can actually bring up here, which is around 58,000, which is in the Curation Team Challenge, we just showed off earlier. But obviously, if you want to play the game, you want to set your own scores on any of the 5 songs, Musicalum is in our Rhythm Rockers collection in Headphones Hangout. Absolutely stunning game. But obviously, in a music page, it would be a bit criminal not to have, I think, a musical interlude. And thankfully, we have got kind of the perfect playlist of this, which is called, Sounds of the Dreamiverse 2023. I don't know if you want to talk about this, Ali, but this is obviously a bit of a follow-up to, for me at least, a bit of a Curation classic. I really loved the original playlist we did for this. I'm glad we could do another one.
So last year we released, of course, Sounds of the Dreamiverse 2022, which is a playlist designed for autosurfing, where you can just, click on autosurf and listen to back-to-back amazing songs with great videos. So it's a really cool thing to just sit and not have to touch your controller, just let them automatically play, almost like a music channel or something on your TV that you can stick on at a party, or if you've got friends over, even if you're a streamer, you can just stick this on and relax and watch things with people. And I believe we're going to check out our universe, right, from Gianni Mitaka and Funk 97 Ita.
Yes, this is one that, again, we have shown it off before, but it was a while ago. So there may be people watching who've not seen this before, and I obviously don't want to spoil its surprises, because I think the reason I wanted to show this one off, it's a brilliant song, a brilliant story, and brilliant music video direction. It's got the whole package. Gianni and Funk, obviously dynamic duo, they work so brilliantly together and have made some real gems. I know you're obviously a big fan of this as well, Ali. That's why I wanted to show this off, because I feel like this one really deserves a bit of an encore. I'm going to make sure that my progress is reset, but yeah, this one really deserves a bit of an encore. Shall we jump right in and check out our universe and let everyone enjoy?
Yeah, let's enjoy this spectacular narrative.
Let's go. Still brings a tear to my eye. I'm not gonna lie. It's what a classic. What a classic. That is obviously our universe for Jeremy Tucker and Funk 978. If you've never seen it before, I hope hope you're emotionally stable. I'm sorry I had to press X. It does have to be done sometimes. But what a beautiful story, and the song's it's still a massive tune.
It is.
It's still a massive
could be
tune.
like a massive Euro hit, right? It's just incredible. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, and that's again just one of many songs you can check out in Sounds of the Dreamverse. So many amazing tunes and tracks this year in the Dreamiverse. It just keep blowing our minds. But as we said, we can only spend so long in music. We've got another discipline to get to, so let's check out the next area. And we're in our next area now, Imp Cider Isle. This one is a really fun one. Obviously, we love, we celebrate the wonders of the Imp Cider, our own little, journalism machine over in the Dreamiverse. We thought it'd be fun to give the Imp Cider its own little area in our curated festival guide and celebrate obviously all the Imp Cider features that have gone on over the past year, but also some of the various misadventures and various little tangents and strange journeys that the Imp Cider has gone down over the last year. A lot of interesting subjects and a lot of interesting creations highlighted as well across various different articles. In our playlists, you can see we've got we're highlighting again liminal spaces and wholesome dreams, our wholesome games feature, which are the two main big community features that were on the Imp Cider last year, both really worth checking out and reading. But these are some of the creations that were featured in them, and obviously some of the curation work that we did to accompany them, as well as narrative as well, and our highlighted two collections. I feel like I really have fond memories of doing those, both the liminal and the wholesome dreams collections. Both those articles are really checking out, but also two completely different sides of the coin, going from the backrooms to cozy frogs and cats.
Again, yeah, it just shows the variety of content on offer within Dreams. There really is something for everyone. And I do love this sort of juxtaposition of liminal and then wholesome just next to each other here. And there are hours of fun for all types of people on each playlist. So, yeah.
Yeah, and again, we've got two highlighted collections. Obviously, the high-profile one is a really, really sweet one. I'm happy we got to do this. These are mainly run by Liam over at MM, but we've had a whole slew of molecule profiles on the Imp Cider recently. Spotlighting a certain molecule, interviewing them, doing a little Q&A, getting to know them and why they work at MM, what their interests are, but mainly at the end, for us at least, what their favorite dreams are. And we thought it'd be fun to collate everyone's suggestions and recommendations for the last year from all the various molecule profiles into one collection here. Ignoring me there because you don't need to hear more about me, but we've obviously got Ali, we've got Lisa, Catherine, Erin, Joe, Ollie, various different molecules, and there's a great mix as well of genres and again styles, creators. Some people went purely music or purely art. Some people went really with hidden gems. There's some who obviously went for some old some real legacy classics. So this is a really nice way of just sampling different tastes at MM as well, because it really shows that we've got such a creative, talented bunch of folk here, obviously, but people really do have a lot of huge variety of interests in what gets them inspired. So it's a nice way of, I think, just getting to know people obviously through the dreams that they like. By that metric, they probably know us too, maybe too well, but through all our work. But that's another story, obviously. But the collection that we're going to be diving into today on this stream is Detours' Scenic Getaways. Because if you thought you'd heard the last of Detours, you were wrong. Our favourite tourist board subsidiary that we debuted during the Land of Lost Streams, that I think they're still stuck in the Land of Lost Streams, but they did find the time to make us this collection, which is very nice of them for the Impys. This is a list of their favourite scenic getaways that you could go on your own little holiday to. We thought, there's a bunch of amazing settings and scenes in the Dreamiverse, all would make for great destinations. The Land of Lost Dreams, obviously, is an incredibly singular location, to say the least, but there's definitely plenty of other places that if you didn't want to go to the Land of Lost Dreams, you maybe fancy something a little less spooky, a little more idyllic, or even, just as strange, then we've got, Detours has got the selection for you. So we're going to check out a few on the stream today, just to, a few that they told us that they want shown off specifically. But you can go check out the full collection yourself, obviously, on Imp Cider Isle. Any personal favourites, Ali? Anything to add on? I think Detours did a pretty comprehensive job, obviously, doing this for us, but.
Detours are marvellous, and we will have to fulfil our obligation with them by playing through a few of these, and we don't want to upset them. But I'm a massive fan of Finnish elementary school lunchroom. I just think of all the locations that you can visit, like a Finnish elementary school lunchroom is not somewhere that I thought I would ever visit, but courtesy of Detours, we've now been there, and it was marvellous, I have to say. 8 out of 10 for the food. 10 out of 10 for the scenery. But what about yourself, Jacob? Have you got any favourites apart from the ones that we're going to dive into?
Yeah, I mean, I do have a fondness for, Alone in the City. I love the crunchy pixel art style here, the retro horror vibes. Now, I must admit, it's a bit of an unorthodox choice for a getaway. I feel like this is definitely erring more on the Land of Lost Dreams side of things. But if you do want some quiet time, writer's retreat, maybe you just want some meditation, there's no better place to be than being in a massive city on your own where no one can disturb you. I think it's actually like a pretty appealing choice of holiday, to be honest. So, like, I would definitely love that one, and if you can put up with maybe the slightly strange pixelized look about everything, you might get lost a few times because it is a bit low detailed, but like and maybe the heights as well, because I think the city is only on rooftops, but the view is spectacular.
I mean, presumably you're going to have to put yourself through that pixelized process as well, right, in order to fit into the city. So I'm not sure if everyone will be up for that, but look, Detours recommend it, so give it a go.
Travel regulations, they can be pretty tricky and pretty strange these days. But Detours does cover a lot. They've got a few policies in place, but maybe maybe read the small print. That's just a personal recommendation. They didn't tell me to say that, but I think let's dive into their recommendations. I think one that obviously links very nicely with what we've been talking about earlier is QJS Warrior 96's Liminal Mall, our very own liminal space. If you're interested and piqued by the liminal space playlist, and you're thinking, I want to go on holiday to my own liminal space. Again, I want to maybe have a bit of quiet time. I want to get lost in the pack rooms. Then the Liminal Mall by QJS Warrior is a beautiful little getaway. Obviously, malls very inherently liminal space, especially when they're abandoned as such. There's some really fun sights and sounds here, like even just this spinning clock here I've just come across is a beautiful example. This glorious pixel art frog, which is actually quite a nice link between the liminal and wholesome playlists. Frogs being very, very wholesome. Maybe ignore the slightly unorthodox. Well, I say ignore. You might actually want the unorthodox, outfits, the glowing legs and the the fluorescent patterns. But that's a classic QJS.
Yeah, let's not judge, Jacob.
I gotta say, I gotta say.
Not judge. And yet, of course, QGS Warrior is like probably one of the finest architects in Dreams, and they've really come into their own over the past year or two by releasing dozens of these sort of spaces for people to explore. I think one of my favourite other ones is storage room chill out space that we had on Community Creations a while ago. And a lot of what they make is also available for anyone to just stamp in any of your scenes throughout the Dreamiverse. They've got a lot of amazing collections.
Just admiring the beautiful lighting, the water fountain, the artwork, especially here, is gorgeous. And I must say, very liminal. And a good shout out for storage and chill out space, because again, I that is another fantastic. I think QJS Warrior could honestly curate their very own. I mean, I'm not going to say Detours has got any competition, but if QJS Warrior wanted to make their own tourist board of just their locations, I think they honestly could get away with it, because they've got an absolutely stunning array, as you said, of architecture and places you can just chill out and hang. I really want to show off this elevator. You can use the D-pad to summon it down. But what I love about it, a little Easter egg now, obviously you can go up. We will show it briefly because I would hate to skip it. They do have a whole second floor here that you can check out. That is again very, very cozy, very, very empty, very quiet. You can enjoy the solitude. But little curation team trick. If you do ever visit here, if you just keep pressing up, just ignore the solid roof above you, because you can go above onto the rooftop and enjoy the beautiful picturesque darkness. But not only that. There is a little Easter egg, a little fun little thing. If you fancy that, you can see a little model of the mall itself that you just went in.
It's amazing, right? And you can even see yourself a little bit on the roof with right on the D-pad as well, I believe. But yeah, it's amazing. Just all these little touches and Easter eggs and
shot as well. So a brilliant one from QJS Warrior. If this looks at all appealing to you, do do maybe I think they take fax detours. I don't know what communications they take, but let them know, because I think this is definitely available for the upcoming season. It's wonderful. Bit of a tonal shift next, but we're going to check out Pencil Case 80's Wonderful World of the Wobbles, because this as well is an absolutely beautiful nice little, I want to say, playground theme park destination, one for the family maybe. You got your wobbles here, very friendly little inhabitants. You can meet various ones. I think we're going to go with.
What one's your favourite wobble? Because they've all got such different personalities.
I think that's quite Impsidery as well. Spectacles are inherently very on brand, so I think we'll go with them. I think I'll choose them. How about you?
I quite like Wabble with their big wobbly nose. They're like the sort of red or pink one.
Firehead as well is pretty singular.
I remember how excited we all were when this first came out. Like, we've been a fan of Pencil Case's work for a number of years, but this is just completely different from what they've previously done. And I mean, I'm sure Jen spent all day running around this, right? Doing all sorts of wobble dances and
Detours and the Impsider. We wouldn't put it in the Impsider page if we didn't, that Jen herself didn't enjoy it. We know that Jen's a huge fan of the wobbles. What I love as well is if you press the trigger, you can do this little run, but also it's kind of a hug as well. It's very, very cute. And I was just showing off their little dance as well. But let's check out the playground, because I feel like, the playground is the main attraction of the Wonderful World of the Wobbles. If you're going to visit here with, your family, or even just, on your own, you want a little, a little obstacle course. Now, we did show off obstacle challenge earlier, so I'm getting a bit scared going back on another obstacle course. But this one I would like to, I'm going to say is a little bit easier, not necessarily a walk in the park, but it's less of an intense challenge. And I like how they split up into different trails, so you can choose, little mini obstacle courses. You don't necessarily have to do them all in one go if you don't want to.
This is just a wonderful little creation, right? It's just amazing to run around as these creatures. Just puts a smile on your face.
It's just, really, really jolly. And I think, I can see why Detours would recommend it. It's probably an amazing place to go. Again, if you just want a nice bit of well-being, you just want to hang out with the friendly wobbles. They're very, friendly people. If you can accept their peculiar dancing customs, and traditions, who doesn't love a good, boogie every now and then, if you just want to let loose, they're very open to that.
Yeah, they are sometimes misunderstood, but their heart's in the right place. They're good people, the wobbles.
I did unfortunately have a little mishap on the last trail, so I will give that another go, because I also really like these little platforms with the faces on them. I don't know who the faces are meant to be. I guess they are little wobbles themselves, but it does make you wonder about wobble lore. Also, I can't believe I've fallen again. Oh no, embarrassing.
Wobbles of years past, perhaps. Who knows?
Wobbles of years past. Wobble history is quite in depth, and I know that Detours has, definitely recommended a few, guidebooks, accompanying guidebooks, and wobble ephemera if you'd like to, indulge yourself in wobble culture, because there's a lot to check out. We did finally make the jump as well, thankfully. I've not embarrassed myself in front of the local people. That would be terrible. And now you can see I've got enough droplets to get 2 of these eggs open. And this is the fun thing. So you can actually spawn in these little boo-boos, so you can run around and occupy the little world as well, and give you company. And if you just want to go on the slide here, they can join you. Now, there are 15 droplets to find. You might have seen that we maybe missed a couple, but that's, to give you a fun little challenge to complete, because if you do get all 15, you do get to experience one of the Wobble World's finest annual traditions. Again, if you like a bit of a dance, you won't be disappointed, and we wouldn't dare spoil that. I think Detours wants obviously to save that for any future tourist passengers, but you like it. Again, if you like a groove, the Wonderful World of the Wobbles should be at the top of your travel list. And finally, let's check out, I think, one of the most absolutely beautiful places to go on all of the Detours brochure. Not to be biased, but obviously just talking about sheer picturesque views, you can't get better than an actual walk in the park. This is given to us by Bad Rover 82, and it is simply just, again, one of the most peaceful, beautiful looking places on the whole roster. I know Detours is really, really fond, especially of the views here, as we will soon see.
Yeah, I feel like it's perhaps only a matter of time until detours have their own sort of Bad Robo package, where you just traverse all of Bad Robo's experiences, because these really are so exceptional, and it feels like you're really there. Like, I still can't get over a lot of these leaf textures. And yeah, this was massive on social media, and quite rightly so. It's also got a little surprise, though. It's not necessarily the cam walk in the park that you'd like it to be, right?
Well, I think that's why Detours has a bit of a fondness for it, honestly, you know. There's a little nice seesaw here. Again, a bit like Liminal Mall. If you want a bit of peace and quiet or time to yourself, I think this is quite a nice place, because it is eerily empty, but I think that's why they recommend it, obviously. I mean, they've got a thing for that. Even just the sound here of the leaves is beautifully done, you know, it's incredibly relaxing. Here it is. Here's the view, the much fabled view. The Detours loves to shout about. We've got a nice little satellite dish here, beautiful foliage, trees as far as the eye can see, few apartment complexes in the distance. That gorgeous lake. I mean, look at that. You fancy a swim in that, you know, like just a beautiful aquatic blues. Even a waterfall in the distance.
Yep. Although there is something that they wouldn't like you to see to the other side of that, right? Maybe like the hidden thing that the are hiding from the tourists. Maybe, yeah.
There is the slight asterisk of the portal, the alien portal that is here, but you know, Detours don't really want me to do this, but I think I'm going to step through, because we're curious people. We want to see. Ah, well, there you go. So it's got value for money, at least, because you get to experience it all over again. So I think that's why they're keeping it from you as a little surprise, you know, a little bonus. They don't want you to know that you can actually do it all over again for as many times as you like. They don't include that in the price. But a walk in the park, hey, you can't get much better than that from Bad Robo. I must say, an excellent pick from Detours. And if you fancy checking out more of their picks, more of their scenic getaways, obviously, again, this collection is right on the Imp Side of our page on Dream Surfing in the Impys guide. And with that, we've got one more area left to go, but it's a good one. It's obviously, I mean, they're all great, but this one especially, I think the community will really, you know, you will really enjoy. So let's head over there right now.
Let's do it.
And our final stop on our epic tour through the Impys page is Community Corner. This one's all about you, celebrating community events, community picks, and of course, community voted and otherwise, you know, Impy categories. We've got obviously our creation and creative of the year, our big year categories, but also, again, community voted ones like community collaboration, evolving experience, innovation and create. Tons of, again, obviously, you know, really incredible creations. But, you know, this whole stream's really been about the community, I guess. But, like, just to shout out specifically all the amazing events, kits, collaborations that the community has done this year. It's really just been another banner year in the Dreamiverse, right?
It really has been. I mean, I'm amazed by the community each and every day, and they just keep going from strength to strength. Always rising to the challenge, right?
Absolutely, and a great segue, because our main collection we were checking out, obviously we've got community chosen picks as well here you can check out, but the collection we're really going to be focusing on for this stream is Rising to the Challenge, celebrating some of our favorite kits, events, collaborations that the community have all helmed. Again, just an incredible year. I mean, I loved you know, these tiny diorama imp stickers, just the absolute best. I love the texture of them. I love how many we got as well. Like, you know, the community really came out in full for this event. Obviously, it's a very simple brief, but I love how, you know, again, so accessible it was and how gorgeous they all look. An amazing one there.
Yeah, there's about 150 so far, and do keep them coming, people. Like, they're incredible.
Amazing. Any favourites from you, Ali?
Well, I'm a massive fan of the DHM weekly creation challenges that we're highlighting down here. This gives people like weekly themes where they have a week to obviously make a thing on that theme, but also they do 30-minute challenges every Sunday evening. And they're always a lot of fun. I'm always excited to log in on Monday morning just to see what people have created the previous night. It's always a bit silly, but also really cool. And then below that's like the Polar Curve Challenge from Pyrokagon, which used one of our new tools that came out in an update last year for people to create their own sort of their own curves, really. I'm not a scientist. I just really respect and appreciate loading them up and looking at them. But yeah, how about yourself, Jacob? Have you got any favourites?
Yeah, I mean, besides the Impy one, You know what? I actually really love the full lo-fi collab. I thought this was fantastic. 18 dreamers, as it says here, but they all contributed their own like take on lo-fi, and it's all been put together in this incredible, lovely visualized. Obviously got Frederick the Fox there as well. Just looks like a stunning image, and all 18 lo-fi tracks. I mean, I'm a big fan of lo-fi personally, but they're all beautifully produced, seamlessly mixed together. It's a really cool example of, I guess, like a music challenge, obviously, that actually had a really amazing end result as well, with this playable dream that you could just stick on like its own mini compilation album, really. Not even mini, like it's a full featured compilation album, and it's great to zone out to as well. So I love that one personally. And I really love the one that we're going to next, that we're actually going to play. It's one that we've obviously featured on Community Creations, but we're going to check out more of it because it's so big and so fantastic that we wanted to show a bit more of. It is Infinite Dreams' Cat in the Box, which is just an absolutely wonderful example of their speed creates that have been going on through the whole year, where they assemble their community to make something usually in about 30 minutes. This was 2 weeks, but it was a full level, all inside, you had to play as a cat, and you're inside a box level. That's kind of the only real constraints they had. Otherwise, they could let their imaginations run wild, make a game, make a music toy, make just a really cool scene. And, if you haven't checked out the game at all, definitely worth checking out. We did again stream, I want to say roughly the first half of the game on Community Creations. We're going to be checking out the last 2 levels on stream today. And there's even more besides that as well to still see for yourself. But yeah, isn't this just like an absolutely, it's just a wonderful game, right, Annie?
It really is, and it ranges from like puzzle to comedy to action to even a bit of stealth. And there are some amazing scenes to just wander about and explore. I think this first one is one where we get to just wander about and explore and absorb all of the beauty that there is in this cat underwater city. Which is amazing. I never knew there were underwater cat cities, You
think that cats are usually scared of water or don't like it, but not in this case. In this case, they do love just to hang around and check out, some shipwrecks. And I love that it's used a little bit in the first level as well, but the idea of, again, like filling the box with water and then it physically becomes this underwater paradise is lovely. Sakamoto-chan as well, the creator of this, is also fantastic. I love they did a really amazing Land Lost Dreams scene, so it's lovely to see them do another beautiful, relaxing scene.
Even just the way that the gravity sort of switches so that your cat does different jumps compared to the other levels now that they're underwater. It's a little detail, but it makes such a big difference. And I love what Infinity Dreams do so much. Such a great little community.
Just loving this little dinner party going on over here. I mean, even underwater, they're still having their, wine and dinner. I mean, you've got to respect the commitment. Big fan of an underwater scene myself as well. Like, it just looks like the blues are absolutely stunning. So as you say, it's just a great example of a little scene you can just wander around inside. There's not necessarily like gameplay to it, but it's a beautiful example of how to take that prompt, and they just made it their own. And this next one and the final level from Chevrolet Boar is maybe the complete opposite. It's a great example of how they've taken the single box and really made almost like a mini open world out of it and still kept their signature style. Obviously, Chevrolet Boar is really the leader, I guess, of the pirate story franchise within Dreams. So it's natural that they would make a pirate story level, a sort of themed level, not necessarily linked to Pirate Story the games, but it is pirate themed. And it's nice to see our cat go on a little nautical adventure. And we're going to solve some puzzles. We're going to unlock this open world, and it's just a pure delight through and through.
It is. I can't wait for you to talk to one of the pirate cats. It's such a joy.
We'll have a chat. We'll have a chat. In fact, there's one over here by the bar, actually, so we better say hi to them and see what they have to say. Well, if you're not a pirate, you can't enter the bar. Well, I mean, I would dispute that. I feel like we are kind of a pirate. We've got a pirate spirit, but maybe not an outwardly pirate appearance. And that's what they're judging it on, I guess, at the end of the day, which is, that's their choice. That's their choice.
Yeah, we mastered our swimming in the previous level. So, and every pirate needs to know how to swim, right? So, yeah.
Exactly. We've got the skills. We've got the talent. We just don't need it. We just don't have a hat. But I'm sure if we get a hat, they might accept us a bit. There's our buddy Roblox. He can get us out, but we need to give him something of value. But we'll come back to him. I think we've got a few puzzles left to do, but we'll get him what he needs. In the warehouse here, just kicking around some boxes. I'm looking specifically. Obviously, again, we are going to be technically spoiling some of the puzzles here, so might want to close your eyes if you've got the solutions. But if you kick around some boxes, little code 5421, which we had a box over here, treasure chest, which conveniently has a 4-digit combination lock. So let's unlock that. There we go. Would you know? It's a pirate hat. I think maybe I say bartender's more of a bodyguard. Bodyguard cat will now maybe be a bit nicer to us. There we go. Come inside, sailor. That's what we like to see. Lovely opening door as well.
All it takes is a hat. There we go.
Yeah, and the classic disguise approach of getting into any place. Just wear one item of clothing that's distinctive to the. I also love the cat bowls in the bar. That's amazing. What a touch. I also love a little bit of cell shading going on here as well on the wood. That's really cool. There we go. We're going to chat to him. Bar is not yet open. Oh, this blue key interests you. I'll give it to you if you show me that you know the area well. Answer these 3 questions and I'll give you my key. Well, have people been paying attention? Do they know the answer? I think I know the answer. I hope. But let's give it a go. How many treasure chests are there? Well, give people a couple of seconds to see what they think. I'm going to say 4. How many palm trees are there? I'm going to say 2. Finally, how many coconuts are there? This is where I struggle a bit, actually. I think it's 4. There we go.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, the area well. Don't know how many people in chat got that right. But, that again, maybe comes with a bit of practice, maybe. But, if you're paying attention, it is possible. So we've got that blue key. Gives us access to a little bit of platforming now. Also, I must say the tunes are impeccable as well.
Also made within that 2-week period, I believe. I'm super excited to see Infinite Dreams possibly carry on with this sort of, provide a kit and then make a game with it in 2 weeks concept.
The sky's the limit. I mean, Cat in the Box is a great display of selling that proof of concept. But I'd love to see what else they can do with it because, as you know, there's definitely room for more. This battery. We would like the battery, but we need 99 coins, which I believe is every single coin in the level. So which is quite harsh. But hey ho, I mean, they drive a tough bargain. So we'll try and give them what they want.
If any cat can do it, it's your cat. You've got the pirate hat, so you're all right. You're okay. I do find the ones up on the roof to be the hardest, though. Like the roof of the pirate tavern. So
I'm slightly nervous about that. I've done it before, but I'm nervous about trying it again. I think it is possible through one particular method, but it's not always reliable. But I'm wondering if I can maybe jump down from here, actually, which I didn't do the first time. There's also I see the vases over there, and I want to go get it, but I'm worried that I'm going to...
Yeah, because it's worth noting that each of these levels in Cat in a Box does contain like a hidden vase that you can find and smash to claim for yourself as a collectible. And then the main menu keeps a record of all of them. Oh, Jacob, there you go. Well done.
I had to do it. I was too tempted. Right, let's see if I can get these. Right. I have done this before, and I'm wondering if I can use that method again, or if I'm just going to have to maybe try my luck.
Yeah, this is the same method I use. It's not consistent. Not consistent, but it does work sometimes if you're good enough, right? It's always our fault.
Don't tease me. Don't tease me, right? Oh, for goodness sake! I can't even get the bloody robot. You need to do a really huge jump on this. If not, I'm going to try the other method. Oh, okay, I got one. Oh, I got both. Sweet. You can tell my actual genuine excitement there because I genuinely didn't know if I was going to get them all. I think that is all 99. It is. Excellent. Let's go back up.
It just shows how much you can do with one small space. This is literally just a cat in a box and you've got a whole open world to unlock. It's amazing.
What I love about this, again, it's like you're unlocking a little open world almost inside this tiny box. It's so compact and brilliant. Right, we've got the battery, and I think I know who's going to want this battery. A little robot buddy. And your super hat. There you go. We had to lose the hat, unfortunately, but, it's a small sacrifice to get out. And I think they're going to make for a great pirate. I think they're going to hang out in the bar. There we go. Cat in the Box, then. That's the last 2 levels of the game, but there are a few more levels that we haven't showed off on either stream that are also still fantastic. It's obviously just, we want to, it's so difficult to show off all the amazing stuff, but Cat in the Box really is just, back-to-back exemplary levels, amazing speed create prompts from Infinite Dreams. Obviously also Impy nominated for several categories, this year as well. Yes, just a fantastic little effort.
Yeah, amazing. Great job, Jacob. Well done on finishing your pirate journey as a cat in the box. Amazing.
It's mainly just begun. You never know. My pirate journey may have just started. The cat's one may have ended, but mine's only just started.
Yes.
And there we go. Lovely little credits as well that show you all the the level names and all obviously the different creators behind them as well. Our final stop is going to take us into an Impy nominated creation. We're going to go into music mode specifically of Dreams Fest 2022, led by Bearded Cats, but obviously made in general by the Dreams Fest team. This is just obviously, it's very, very difficult. Hold on, I might have been bugged. Hold on, let's do that again. We're going to go into the Dreams Fest 2022 music mode. Obviously, a fantastic community event, almost indescribable, hard to put into words because of how huge, mammoth, and creative it is. I mean, I don't know if you have any words to say yourself, Ali.
Only about how impressed I am at how they're able to wrangle together the entire music community and animation community and even minigame community to come together on this event. It really is exceptional. There's officially like 25 collaborators, but really there's a lot more people who worked on this. It's exceptional. It's the sort of thing that they should all be really proud of.
And obviously it's difficult again to show all of Dreams Fest in one sitting, but we're going to, we really want to close the stream in the best way possible with a huge tune. And obviously Dreams Fest is full of huge tunes, but we're going to specifically go with Anthem, which is an incredible collaboration with the talents of Truckabout, Black Cat Tracks. It's an amazing amazing rap, amazing tunes, amazing production, and obviously with a lot of Dreams Fest, the stage productions, the performances and production values are just exceptional. Before we close out with this performance, Ali, is there any more you wanted to say?
I just want to say amazing job, everyone, for not only the past year, but all of the years you've given us. You're exceptional. It's an honour to be able to sit here and just highlight some of the amazing stuff you've done. But even if your creation hasn't featured today, still give yourself a massive pat on the back. I just can't express enough how impressed I always am by you all. Much love. I don't know what else to say. I don't want to get emotional.
Much love, though. No, totally, though. Much love. I mean, obviously, again, we've got the Impys page. You can in Dream Surfing for all this amazing stuff you can check out. And as Ali said, there's the sky's the limit. Just because we haven't shown off on this stream. There's obviously so much to check out in the Dreamiverse. Always, every single day. It never stops, and it's been such an impressive year, and this is a great way, I think, to close it out. And also, of course, have a fantastic Impys, everyone. Enjoy the show. It's going to be amazing. Do tune in. Let's end things with Dreams Fest 2022 Anthem. This is a banger. Let's go.
Gosh, alongside the Dreamfest crew, the Trico, the Inipo 9, BD Black Cat, passing through. Yeah, sing along if you know the song, sing along if you don't, we don't care. Dreams Fest 2022, passing through.
Welcome to the Dream Fest 22. Welcome Dream Fest crew.
Dream Fest crew, how do you do? Bitty Black Cat, passing through. Let me hear it one time in the Po 9. Dreamfest crew, how are you feeling? If there was a roof, I'd put my fingers up the ceiling. There's no roof and there's no fire. Why are we here? Our name's on the flyer. Oh gosh, in Epo 9, the black cat passing through. Outside the trickle. As we enter the Impy 9.
Welcome to Dreams Fest. This is the place to be. Singing and dancing to music as far as the eye can see. So throw your hands up in the air. Dreams Fest crew like you just don't care. Welcome to the Dream Fest 22. Welcome to Dreams Fest. Welcome Dream Fest crew. Welcome to the Dream Fest 22. Welcome to Dreams Fest.
Yeah, hope you're enjoying yourself. Big shout out to the management, big shout out to the promotion team. Inside, outside the Dreams Fest crew. INEAP, Chico B, Billy Black Cat, MNC.
Welcome to the Dream Fest 22. Welcome Dream Fest crew. Welcome to the Dream Fest 22. Welcome Dream Fest crew.
Well, thanks there to our wonderful curation hosts Jacob and Ali for that scintillating look at the latest and greatest games, art, animation and music brought to you by Nomcom, keeping the nominations kaiju free one day at a time.